Who am I? And why am I here? In the tumultuous journey of life, surely each of us has at some point pondered, what am I doing here? This question is not only a search for the reason for our existence, but also a deep exploration of the meaning and purpose of our own lives. The goal of this podcast series is not just to explore the profound layers of meaning behind this endless question, but also to guide you on how to find the answer through your own way of living and experiences. By letting go of the endless queries of the intellect, we can open the door to the world of self-awareness and being, where the answer lies not in words, but in living. This is not an ordinary search, but a journey inward to the soul of oneself. Let's embark on this journey together. Why am I here? The answer from Osho. No one knows. There's no way to know, and no need to know. The query is eternal. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? The ceaseless longing to know why is a disease of the mind. No answer can satisfy you because the question why will continue. If I say something, you are in this state because of this reason, then the question why will be pushed back a little, that's all. You will ask, why? The question why never ends. Once understood, you will let go. The question why is peculiar. Instead of asking why you are here, it's best to seize the opportunity to exist authentically. And the beauty of this is that once you start existing authentically, once you stop all the frivolous thoughts and start to live joyfully, once you are no longer a philosopher, then the question why will be answered. But it will not be answered by someone from outside, but by your own living energy source. Chapter 1. The Nature of Why Questions. There might be an answer, but it won't appear as an answer, rather as a living experience. The answer is existential, not intellectual. The question is intellectual. Let it go, just live. Otherwise, you'll keep asking questions. For centuries, humans have asked millions of questions, and not a single one has been answered through speculation, thinking, logic, reason. Not a single question has been resolved. In fact, it's the opposite. Whenever we try to answer a question, the answer gives rise to 1,001 more questions. Who created the world? That question was answered, God created the world. And immediately another question arises, who created God? Or why did God create the world? When did God create the world? And why did God create such a world? A world full of suffering, hardly different from hell. The person who once told you that God created the world must have thought that your question was resolved. But from one answer, 1,001 new questions arise. The mind has a mechanism specialized in producing questions. Paradox. When you stop asking, the answer appears. Therefore, the first thing to understand is let go of the why question. Immediately, you step into practice. Continue obsessing over the why and you remain with philosophy. As long as you keep asking, you'll circle within the mind. Stop asking questions. Suddenly, the energy will move in a new direction, the direction of the heart. The heart has no questions, and it's in the heart that the answer is being hidden. It seems paradoxical, but I still want to tell you that when you stop asking questions, the answer will appear. If you continue to ask, the answer will become increasingly elusive. Why are you here? Who can answer that question? If this question could be answered, you would no longer be human but become a mechanical mechanism. This microphone is here because there's a reason for it to be here. The question can be answered. The car is there at the porch. The question why has been answered. If your why question could also be answered, you'd become a mechanical mechanism, just like a microphone or a car. You'd become a utility item, a commodity. But you are a human being, not a machine. Being human means being free. Why is there freedom? You might ask this question, but it's a foolish question. The whys of human beings cannot be answered. And if the whys about human beings can't be resolved, how can the why about the Supreme, about God, about the divine? Chapter 2. Letting go of the search, moving towards experience. I'm not trying to answer your question, but to help you realize that you should let them go. Once you let go of the meaningless questions, those that seem very philosophical, only one meaningful question remains. And this question has nothing to do with irrelevant, unessential things. This sole question is related only to existence, to you, to your being. It's not about why you are here, not about the purpose of your being here, but about the fact that you are here. The question is, who am I? This can be answered because you don't need to seek anyone else. You can delve deep within yourself. To answer the question, you don't need to read sacred texts. You can turn inward. To answer the question, you just have to close your eyes, find the silence within you. You can feel yourself, who you are. You can taste the flavor, who you are. You can smell it, you can touch it. This is an existential question. As for why you are here, I do not know, and it's not necessary to know. The second thing to understand is that whenever you ask questions, they always reflect a certain state of mind. For example, whenever you feel miserable, you ask why. But when you feel joy, you never ask why. If you are suffering, you ask, why am I suffering? But if you're dancing joyously, immersed in fulfillment, do you ever ask why you feel joy? The question why would then be absurd. We ask why about things we cannot accept. We ask why about pain, suffering, hell. We never ask why about love, happiness, joy, bliss. Thus, the question why is simply a sign that you are in misery. So instead of asking why you are here, ask why you feel miserable. Then there will be something to act upon, for misery is something that can be changed. Chapter 3. Teachings from the Buddha. The Buddha often said to his disciples, do not question about theoretical matters, ask about existential ones. Do not ask who created the world. Do not ask why they created it. These questions only show that you are living in suffering. Ask why you are suffering, then the question becomes a living question, and we can do something about it. Something that changes your suffering will help transform and release the energy associated with pain. You are here. Who are you? You cannot pose that question to me. You have to face this real question yourself. How can I answer your question, who are you? If you cannot answer, how could I? Whatever I say, it all comes from the outside, while you are there, deep, very deep within yourself. You must go deep. You must fall into the abyss within yourself. Go into that inner space where there is only you and no one else, where not even a thought passes through. Only in that space will you find the answer, not in the form of words, not that someone will appear from within you and say that you are the soul or you are God. No one will say anything because there is no one here except pure silence. But that silence is the answer. In silence you feel, you are aware. No need to provide you with any further information, no need for words. You have touched the abyss of yourself, reached the very core of your being. Instead of answering you, I can help you move towards a transformation from within, when all questions disappear and the answer appears. But it is based on experience. You will know, but you will not be able to tell others. You will know, your whole being will show it. Your eyes will say something. There will be a light around you. People with eyes to see will be able to tell that you know. But you will not be able to say who you are. No words can express it, it is immensely vast. You can have it, but you cannot express it. So what do you want? Should I directly answer your question about why you are here? Do you see that whatever I say, it won't matter? I could say, because in past lifetimes you have accumulated much good karma, you have cultivated virtues, that's why you are here. Does that help? It will only make you more arrogant and create barriers between me and you. Instead of opening up, you will become more closed off. Do not ask just to get answers, ask to find the real answer. Then I can show you the way, I can lead you to the temple. Once inside the temple, you will know, and there is no other way to truly know. Conclusion: the truth must be personal. Awareness brought by others can never truly be knowledge. At best, it remains merely information. Awareness through others can never deeply permeate. It exists only on the outside. It never penetrates the deepest core within. It never touches the root. Philosophy and practice differ in this regard. Philosophy perpetually ponders questions and answers, arguments, reasoning methods, logic. It's always thinking. Practice, on the other hand, is not about thinking. It's more practical, akin to science, as pragmatic as science. The method of practice is not based on study, contemplation. The method of practice is experience. Meditate more, and in those transitional moments, in the gaps, in the pauses in between, when one thought drifts away and another has yet to arrive, you will catch the first glimpses of enlightenment, samadhi, meditative absorption. Interlude is a beautiful word. It originates from two Latin words, inter and ludus. Ludus means play, drama, while inter means between. Interlude means between plays. You play the role of being a husband, or play the role of being a wife, then you play the role of being a father, or play the role of being a mother, then you go to the office and play the role of pretending to be a bank manager, a merchant. You play 1,001 roles 24 hours a day. Between the plays is the transitional moment. Immerse yourself in yourself. For a few moments each day, whenever you have the chance, let go of the roles and just be yourself. Not the father, not the mother, not a child, not the bank manager, not the servant. You are nobody. It's all just role-playing. Find those transitional moments. Between two plays, relax, immerse, merge into your being, and the answer is there. I can show you how to immerse in the transitional moments, but I cannot give you the answer. The answer will arise within you, and it is only correct when it finds you by itself. The truth must be personal. Only then is it truly the truth. Only then is it liberated. My truth is merely a hypothesis to you. It will not be a real truth.